Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my all-time favorite products, everything that I was literally obsessed with in 2016 and still to this day. So just my favorites, things that I'm obsessed with, things that I would definitely recommend to you guys, and things that I just couldn't live without. Well, it's only makeup, but I just went through my cupboard and I was just like, yep, that's going to be in, that's going to be in. Like everything in here is just like a 10 out of 10. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump straight into this video. Out of my way. So let's go ahead and start with primer. This is the Too Faced Hangover Primer. I love this because I have really dry skin, and to me it just feels like a moisturizer, so it really hydrates my face before I put on foundation and stuff, and I feel like foundation goes on a lot smoother when you have a really nice moisturized base. So I love this stuff. I think it has the cutest packaging as well. My next favorite is actually a really new discovery, and this is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. I have the shade Medium Tan Sand, and it matches perfectly to my fake tan. This is the foundation that I'm wearing right now. It is like a medium to full coverage. You can definitely build it up, but it just feels so lightweight on the skin and just makes the skin look so healthy and airbrushed. It actually is like a little dropper. So as you can see, it definitely is like really thin. It's like water, and I would definitely recommend blending this in with a really big kabuki brush, because when I did use a beauty blender, it was super patchy and I hated it, but when I used the brush, I was like, yes honey, woo, woo, woo. Now for concealer, this one is a Smashbox Studio Skin 24-hour concealer. I have the shade Light Medium, and I've just been leaning towards this out of every other concealer that I have in my collection, and trust me, I have literally every other concealer you can probably think of. It's just been a blessing in my life, honestly. I think I'm nearly out because I've used it that many times, but it just blends out really easy with a beauty blender because it's not thick at all. It has a really nice coverage, and the color of this concealer is stunning. It's only like one shade lighter than my skin tone, so it doesn't add that really stark like look under the eyes. I'm not really a fan of that anymore. This just like literally covers out all of this all of the discoloration under my eyes, and it just does an incredible job. Like seriously, thank you, God bless your soul. Next we have the Benefit Speed Brow. I've been using this every single time I do my eyebrows. It makes them look absolutely amazing. So what it is like a little spoolie with dark brown gel in it. So I just run this in my brows. At the front of my brows, I push up. So sorry. I push my brows up so all of the hairs look really full, and then with the ends of my brows, I just push them down so they stay in place. But this is honestly like a must in my makeup kit. It just went everywhere. Alright, let's move on to the fun part, a little bit of eyeshadow and glitter and all of that good stuff. So I'm sure you guys have heard people talk about this product a million times in 2016 because it just like blew up. It is the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in the shade Midnight Cowboy. So this is just a liner that has a tiny little tip on the end, and it is perfect for making cut creases. It's just gold glitter. It looks a little bit silver. It just like works with every single look, honestly. It's so easy to apply. It dries really quickly, and the glitter is so incredibly opaque. Another thing that you can use this for, instead of just like a glitter liner as a cut crease, or even just like a wing liner, you can use this on the inner corners to add a bit of glitter sparkle in there, and it just pops. It looks absolutely stunning, and it lasts a really long time as well. Something that is very similar to this, but I use it for like different reasons, it is the MAC Gold Glitter. I love this so much. My friend actually left the lid undone, and my dogs ate it and their shit was glittery, so she bought me a new one, which I'm really happy about because I was dying without it. Honestly, this is incredible. So this is just a pure gold glitter. I just use a glitter glue underneath it, put it all over my lid. It just looks stunning. It's so sparkly, and the color is just like beautiful. I also like to use this on my inner corners as well. Now let's move on to my favorite eyeshadow palettes. This eyeshadow palette just tops every single one I've ever used. It is the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've never used eyeshadows as good as Anastasia. The formula is just so buttery, and it just blends so seamlessly on the eyes. It never is patchy. There's just not one thing that I'm upset about with this palette. Like everything is amazing. The shimmery shades in here are really nice and like foiled looking. They're not just like a little bit of shimmer like Kylie Jenner's palettes. Sorry. The gold color in Kylie's palette was nice, but the other two, just like the shimmers weren't like as intense as what I'd hoped. Like this, as you can see, I just literally swatched it once, and it's just insane. Another thing that I love about this palette is it literally has everything you need. So it has transition shades, it has shimmery mattes, it has like dark light, you know what I mean? Like it has every single thing you need, and all of the colors in here I would use. So it's not that often you come across a palette and you're like, I would use every single shade in here, but pretty much everything in here is amazing. And to top it off, the packaging is like so soft. So yeah. Next we have the Chi Chi Spices eyeshadow palette. I never thought I would actually put a eyeshadow palette in my favorites video from the drugstore. As bad as that sounds, I honestly find it so hard for drugstore eyeshadows to be as good as like ones like this, but this one is very, very good, especially for the price. And to top it off, it has really nice warm shades in here as well. The colors blend out really nicely. They're super pigmented. They're obviously not as pigmented as Anastasia or like Makeup Geek or something. They're both incredible, but it is really, really good quality still, and I'm very impressed with this. Let's move on to the last eyeshadow palette that I was literally using so much this year. Well, last year, my bad. This is the Morphe 350 palette. I'm sure you guys have heard people talk about this a million times before, and it's kind of died off a little bit, but I will always love this palette. As you can see, I have a really weird obsession with the warm tones. The last two palettes I shared with you pretty much look the same as this, but I just use this so many times. I love all of the orange shades, and I also love that there is nice bronzy shades as well, so you can make a lot of different looks with this eyeshadow palette, and I couldn't not add this palette in because the amount of times I used this palette on and off camera was kind of ridiculous. Shut up! My neighbor is being so loud and it's so rude. Oh my god, they just started being louder. I fucking hate living near people. I hate people. Except you guys. Alright, now let's move on to my favorite face powders. So the first one, I'm pretty sure you guys seen this coming. This is a Laura Mercier translucent powder. I've been through two of these and this one's nearly empty, so I'm really sad because it is super expensive. But as I used it more, I just started using less because I realized how quickly it did go. But this is amazing for baking underneath the bronzer and also under the eyes. So if you just do use a little bit at a time, it definitely is worth it in my opinion. It doesn't take off any concealer once you put it down like a lot of translucent powders do. Another powder that I absolutely love is the Rimmel Stay Matte Rimmel Stay Matte powder in transparent. You guys have probably seen me use this in every single video literally. So I use this to set my concealer on my eyelids, so all of the colors that I put on over the top blend out really easily. And I also use this sometimes to clean up my bronzer under here like I do with my translucent powder, but this is just like an easier alternative because it's not really messy at all. But yeah, this is just like a must in my makeup collection. I can't live without it. And then lastly, the powder that I use to set my face is the Hello Flawless by Benefit in the shade Honey. It matches perfectly to my fake tan. It adds just a hint of extra coverage and it just sets it perfectly. It doesn't make my face like over the top matte where I look like someone's just like blown like baby powder in my face, like, but it does set it really nicely and it just like locks it down. I just really like the finish that it gives. It's nice and buttery and it just feels beautiful. Now let's move on to my favorite bronzer of the last 3 years, my bad. This is the MAC Give Me Sun. It just blends so nicely on the skin and it has the most beautiful color payoff. Very pigmented. It is a nice orangey bronzy shade, so it looks like you've been out in the sun, you've got a nice tan, you look nice and healthy. I wouldn't say that it is completely matte. It has like a tiny bit of a nice glow in it, nothing glittery at all, but it just makes the skin look stunning. If you do have really pale skin, I probably would stay clear from this. As you can see, it is quite dark and it might look a little bit too orange on you. The next bronzer that I've been using a lot lately is the Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer in 102. It is absolutely massive. The packaging is so nice, but I mean for traveling it's not the best, but the color is really nice. This one is matte. I can also skip out using a contour shade when I use this. I use this as a contour and a bronzer together and just chuck it on and it's like gorge. Whew. Now it's time for blush. I have two right here which are really similar in shade. You can definitely tell I have a type. I don't want to break them. So the first one is from MAC and it's in the shade Melba. This is just a really nice corally pink shade. I love this because it goes with every single look and it is so pigmented. Like, you really need to be careful with how much you use and it just blends so beautifully. This is just like a holy grail in my makeup collection. And then something that is much more affordable and it is a little bit more of like a lighter pink shade. This is the Essence Blush in the shade 10 Adorable. It is very pigmented. It's not as pigmented as this, but it kind of makes it easier to apply because you can really just go in and you don't have to worry about it being like over the top. But this is just a beautiful, like everyday soft pink, and it just adds a really nice pop of color on the cheeks. Thank you. Is it time to talk about highlighter yet? I think yes. So, okay. This is like the best find of 2016 for me. This is the Ofra Beverly Hills highlighter. Are you kidding me? So it's like a little color wheel. It has light pink, white, peach, gold, and a champagne shade. And you can honestly make so many different looks out of this one little palette. But the colors that I like to use is the champagne, pink, and the really light color up here. So you've got to be really careful because mate, let me tell you, this is so pigmented. That was so Australian of me. But if you put like a million layers of powder underneath this, it's still going to show up. That's the thing. It's that pigmented. You don't need any Fix Plus. You need nothing. You just need a brush, pop it on really lightly, and you're going to be glowing like this. This is this. If I can recommend one highlighter to you, it is Ofra in the shade Beverly Hills. Now let's move on to my favorite lip gloss, which is the Lano Lips 101 Ointment. I've used so much of this, it's actually nearly empty, and I'm really proud of myself for that because I always lose lip glosses and or lip balms, whatever, and I never finish it. But this is kind of like a lip gloss and a lip balm in one. It adds a really nice gloss to the lips. I'm wearing it right now, but it's nearly off. Now for some liquid lipsticks, I have so many here, and what a surprise, they're all nude. I'm so sorry I don't have any colored favorites because I never wear them. I would have to say my favorite brand of liquid lipstick would have to be Jeffree Star Cosmetics. He knows his shit when it comes to liquid lipstick. These are so very comfortable to wear on the lips. They're not drying at all. So opaque and pigmented. You only need to do one swipe on the lips and the color payoff is all there. I really like the applicator on there because it's nice and small and fluffy, so you can really apply it precisely without having to use a lip liner. So my favorite shade is Mannequin. It's a light pink nude shade. It matches every single makeup look. And another thing that I love about these liquid lipsticks is they don't get like crumbly on the lips as much as other ones do. The other shade that I love is I'm Nude. This is perfect if you want to make like an, that's so distracting, if you want to make like an ombre lip. So when I have a darker nude shade, I put this one in the middle and it just looks phenomenal. I use this with so many different shades, like it works with everything. So the other brand that I think is just as good, I don't know, okay, maybe. This is the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is in the shade Venus. It's like a nice warm nude. I don't have anything like this shade. It is very beautiful and very unique. The liquid lipstick, sorry, Jonathan just had to kick you out of the house. I hate filming when people are here, so sorry about it. But back to the Huda Beauty liquid lipstick. This is an oil-based liquid lipstick, so it just applies so nicely and it is nourishing on the lips. Next we have this Armani, no, it's not Armani, it's Milani. A lot cheaper than Armani, okay. It is the Amore Matte Lip Cream in the shade 10 Adorable. This is so good considering it's like $7 or something like that. So the color is really nice. It's not too light. It's just a nice pinky nude, but not as light as like, hello. This product is very moussey, so it makes it so easy to apply on the lips. I could honestly do it with my eyes closed because it's not liquidy at all. It's really smooth and moisturizing, and the pigment is stunning. Okay, so I've got one more product to share with you guys, and that is the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray in Cooling and Hydrating and Long Lasting. I love both of these for two different reasons. Okay, so the reason why I love the long lasting one is because I feel like it just locks my makeup down in place and makes sure that my makeup's not going anywhere all day, huns. So I use this one for like festivals and clubbing. And then the cooling and hydrating one, I use this for like everyday kind of wear. So it adds just like a bit of a glow to the skin. It makes my skin look really radiant, not dewy at all. It's just like a radiant glow kind of thing. It's nothing over the top, but these are just amazing, and they're both nearly empty, so I need to get some more of that. So there we have my favorites of 2016, and still to this day, everything that I shared with you, I would 100% recommend, and it's all just amazing, amazing products. I have so many other products in my cupboard, but this is just everything that just puts the icing on the cake. I'm very impressed with all of this. So hopefully you guys now have some ideas of some new products that you want to pick up if you don't have any good ones of that specific category. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! I'm gonna go scrub my tan off. I say that in every video. I just love dodgy tans. Bye, bye, bye.